We love the look and feel of a new computer, fresh out of the box. It's digital Christmas any time of the year. Underneath, the processor throbbing with pent-up power. Clean, virgin RAM. There it sits, your promise of efficiency and increased output, factory fresh. Now, fast forward a year. Smudgy screen, sticky notes, and sticky keys. You can brew coffee waiting for it to boot up. Maybe it's been acting a little funny lately, and you're thinking you really should start backing it up as you steal guilty looks at the new models in PC Review. It doesn't have to be this way. You can keep your computer running factory fresh for years with free tools that you run on a regular basis. Before getting into these tools and techniques, first I want you to imagine the world's most organized closet. Every item perfectly arranged on hangers, folded neatly on labeled shelves, all shoes paired, toes pointing north. This perfect closet is your computer's hard drive fresh out of the box. But as you use it, items from the closet are taken out, taken apart, and put back in. Here's the problem. Items taken off the shelf are thrown back in helter-skelter onto the floor. Your once neat closet is now a total mess. This disarray and accumulation is usually the primary reason your computer becomes sluggish over time. Does it take longer to find something in a messy teenager's closet, or the neat one where everything is in its place? The free tools you're about to see have a single purpose: keeping the closet neat and orderly, including both your hard drive storage and your registry. But what about the maintenance tools your computer comes with, you ask? A, they're hard to find, B, they're slow, and C, they're not as efficient as the ones you're about to meet. After all, what motivation does Microsoft have to help you keep your system around for a long time? Okay, here's the first and most important tool, CCleaner from Pureform. Start with the free version available at www.pureform.com/download. There are CCleaner versions for Windows and Mac. It's called CCleaner because C is usually the letter assigned to your hard drive. After the quick 7.8 megabyte download, you'll need to give permission for it to install. During the process, be sure to click on Customize. I don't recommend a desktop shortcut, but rather keeping your desktop as clean as possible. Instead, consider adding CCleaner to your Start menu or your taskbar. Also, take the check marks out of Run CCleaner option to Recycle Bin, and automatically checking for updates. One of the things you don't want are open connections for updates to a lot of different sites. Now, CCleaner is dead simple to use. When you open it, you see the left side vertical row of tools with the hard drive cleaner selected. I recommend keeping the defaults for Windows applications, labeled Windows, and also keeping the defaults for non-Windows apps called Applications. Now, click on Analyze. CCleaner will begin collecting all the junk. Warning, if you haven't done this type of maintenance in a long time or never at all, the analysis stage could last literally for hours. Your best bet is to go out for dinner. CCleaner will show you what it has collected so far, and then you can click Run Cleaner. Once the hard drive has been cleaned, click on the Registry tool. Your Windows registry is a closet within your hard drive closet. The registry is a database, actually. It stores all of your operating system settings, your application settings, passwords, device drive information, and more, all in one central place. Now, registry cleaning will rarely improve performance more than a few percent. However, with registry cleaning, you will occasionally stumble across something that doesn't uninstall itself properly and could interfere with performance. So I do recommend performing maintenance on your registry. Some people do not. Registry cleaning is usually a quick step. If you haven't done it before, you will see traces or fragments from programs you downloaded and uninstalled. Should you back up your registry before cleaning it? I don't. CCleaner does a gentle registry scrub, and I don't usually feel the need to back up my entire registry, which consists of hundreds of thousands of files. Now, to the tools. The first one is the uninstall tool. I've experienced multiple cases of Windows not being able or willing to remove a program, especially the bloatware that comes with a new computer and is how most companies make their money these days. But CCleaner will chew right through them. I now use CCleaner exclusively to delete programs, then run the registry cleaner to make sure all the registry fragments are gone. Next is one of CCleaner's most important tools, Startup. Here you can improve boot up time significantly by having only the essentials start up, not the secretly added connections that companies want you to boot up so they can monitor you and sell you. Remember that I told you in this step we would shut down CCleaner's monitoring function, which will result in regular screen nags wanting you to upgrade to the professional version. As you can see, CCleaner monitoring is enabled. It enabled itself like most of these. Well, I don't want to boot up CCleaner monitoring. I'll turn it on when I need to. Most of all, I don't want this internet connection to Peerform's site using my computer resources to monitor my computer. What a waste. And as you can see, there are potentially hundreds of these hidden connections that will try to boot up on your startup. So I highlight the CCleaner monitoring application and click Disable. Done. I've freed up resources for my real work. Now look at all the different ways that you can waste computer resources and slow everything down. Facebook update, Google update, Yahoo Messenger, Skype, and on and on and on. Look at this seemingly innocuous Acrobat Speed Launcher. Now Acrobat's a great program, and I use it occasionally. But I don't need it running in the background for those occasional uses. One caution here. Make sure you know what the program is before you disable it. If there's any question, like the obscure-sounding shadow play, Google it. By the way, shadow play helps the video card with screen recording, something I do a lot of, like right now. Do the same for scheduled task and context menus. A context menu is what you see when you right-click on something. Next, the infamous browser plugins. Now, some are essential for the work you do, Java, for example. But most are just ways to keep you connected to the company, use their tools more, let them monitor your internet usage and sell your data. Disable them. Now, Disk Analyzer is interesting. It tells you what types of files are occupying the most space on your hard drive. In other words, it tells you what you need to get off your hard drive and put onto external storage. Here's one rule I've learned to live by. Do not use your computer's internal hard drive as your storage drive. The fuller the closet, the harder it is to find things when your computer is trying to do work. Obviously, I make a lot of videos. Here, CCleaner is telling me to move completed videos from my internal hard drive to external storage. And that's my cardinal rule. Keep only software and current files on your hard drive. Once you've finished grading those papers, making the video or whatever, move them to storage and free up your hard drive for the work you have to do. Now, if you take a look at my hard drive, you see that I'm using only about 1/10 of it, and I plan on keeping it that way. Because when a hard drive is pulling apart files, modifying them, and putting them back together, it needs plenty of room to do so. So remember, your hard drive is not a storage drive. Your hard drive runs applications, and it needs as much room as possible to do so. Okay, next. Duplicate File Finder. This is not a routine that I suggest that you run. Many applications make duplicate files for legitimate reasons. Usually, we're good at monitoring how many copies we've made of something. Leave those other things alone. If you use duplicate files to delete something, make sure it's a duplicate you created. Finally, Drive Wiper. I don't recommend it. Here's why. As you know, once something is on your hard drive, it's always there. Whenever you delete something, all that happens is the file's header or path is removed, not the file itself. The area where that file is can now be written over top of. So, Drive Wiper does not actually clean or wipe a spot like Windex. A Drive Wiper does the exact opposite. It adds gibberish on top so that the original cannot be retrieved. And as you can see here, there are various levels of overwriting, all the way up to overwriting it 35 times. So unless you have highly sensitive data that you want to make it difficult for forensics to reconstruct, I advise against adding more data to this sector of your hard drive. Now I'd like to finish by taking a look at the suite of free tools from Auslogics, which, as the name implies, is an Australian company. If you click on the Products drop-down menu, you'll see Disk Defrag Free, Registry Cleaner, and Registry Defrag. I recommend all three. I use the Disk Defrag tool on a near daily basis. It's the fastest defrag tool I've found and gives some excellent information. Here it is in action. When launched, the tool first maps all files on your hard drive. Then you click on Defrag and the tool finds all fragmented files on your hard drive, indicated in red. Fragmentation happens normally when you use your computer. As you create, delete, and modify files, they're divided into parts and stored in different areas on your hard drive in a non-contiguous way, because the hard drive looks for gaps to use. By the way, this is another reason to keep only software on your hard drive, not your data, so that you have plenty of gaps. If left in their fragmented state, as indicated by these red boxes, your hard drive has to go and find bits of the file in all the different places they've been stored. The more places it has to look, the slower the process becomes. Defragmenting is the cure. It creates contiguous files, which are much more efficient for your hard drive to find and deal with. Some defragmenting programs go even further to optimize your hard drive by putting similar file types in similar locations. For example, all program files in one place, all document files in another place, etc., making it even more easy for your hard drive to find them. Other than adding more RAM to your computer or buying a really nice solid-state hard drive, cleaning and defragmenting your hard drive on a daily or weekly basis at most, as well as controlling the startup processes, are the best things you can do to maintain that out-of-box speed. As you can see, I keep my tools grouped and ready to use on the Start menu. Some keep their maintenance tools on the taskbar, or their shortcuts in a desktop folder. Whatever. Just do it. More importantly, do it often.